What up, y'all? Y'all know I love my music. I loves my music. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm gonna jump right into it right quick. Some things that I just want to talk about a little bit on the Robert Sylvester Kelly's case against the United States or against the lifetime saving lies, I guess. It's what everyone is calling it out there. I am aware that there are a couple lives going on the YouTube street, but I don't care. Okay, I'm gonna go live when I feel like it, how I feel like it, and speculate and opinionate on the things that I have been hearing and seeing and all of that good stuff. What up, Ivan? I'm kind of shiny though, y'all. Let me get this light off of me a little bit, just a little bit. I'm a little too shiny. There we go. Let's tone it down to some of that dark skin, a little dark skin. How you doing, Ivan? Hello, hello. So I've been hearing quite a bit of stuff, you guys. There are a few things that has been put out here from different articles, from the media, to my understanding. The media can clearly hear what's going on inside of the courtroom, as well as the overflow people that is taking time out their day to go to support Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I was wondering one thing about that, though. I was like, is there anybody in the overflow that is against R. Kelly? Can you imagine that? You know, like the football field where you got the home team and then the ops come to boo the home team. I was just wondering if there was some ops sitting in the overflow with the Kel supporters out there. To my understanding, it's a lot of Kel supporters that is participating in the overflow to support and also the details coming from the alleged accusers or ex-girlfriends or whatever you want to call it, ex-wannabe lovers and all of those good things. I have two articles that I kind of want to go over just to, I'm going to read them to you guys, and I have one that I'm actually going to show, and I want to read over that one to you guys because what I'm feeling with the prosecution side is that they're pushing their case based on allegations. The people that allege that they were around Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, their side of the story. This is their side of the story. I'm a little disappointed in some of the things. I'm a little bit, you guys, maybe about 3%, a little disappointed in the defense. I'm sorry. And that's just how I feel about that. To my understanding, and I got to ask the chat because, like I say, my last week has been one of the most busiest weeks ever since I've done pretty much the birthday party and things. I thought things were going to slow down for me. There is no baby as of yet. I guess soon. So I'm waiting on that. My mother them is on the way, but where I'm sitting at, I can actually see them come up to the door from my phone. So I have to wait for that, for the doorbell to ring and go and let her in. I'm getting ready to finish up my laundry room here this morning. I thought I was going to be able to relax this morning. I can't find my chapstick, my lip gloss, and nothing. So it's just dry kisses to all of y'all because I know some of y'all got some little crusty lips this morning too, but it's all good, right? But just a little bit. Good morning, Too Cute, my love, and lovable, and Heal the Land. Hello, and I Ride Solo. Hello. Just a little bit, you guys. To my understanding, and I'm asking the chat room if you guys know this for a fact. I just need to know if you know for a fact. Is what's her name? Geronda Pace. Is she done? And you know what, Pee Wee, you gonna get some of this chap lip. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You gonna get some of it. It's gonna be okay, girl. It's what makes you normal and just down to earth, cool, chalant. You ain't got to do all that extra stuff. But do you guys know is Geronda Pace done on the stand? And there goes my doorbell, you guys. Hold on. Let me get Connor Bear. Hold on, you guys. Let me get my baby. Do you guys know, will Geronda Pace be returning to the stand or is she done? I just need to know an answer. So one in the chat if you guys think that she is done. Two in the chat if she is going to be returning. As I did here, there's, according to the article that I have, that oh yeah, it is out today. I'll try to get around to listen to a little bit of Aalyaih, but I place Aalyaih in the same category as who was that? Chris Brown when he started out. A lot of the younger cast, Omarion, and all of those. So trying to listen to Aalyaih back then was a lot of love songs, like I say, or do me baby songs, or fuck me songs, and it was kind of hard for me in a sense to listen to her, because rock the boat, work the middle, and I was like, well, ain't she like somewhere under 20, or you feel what I'm saying? I wasn't really too keen. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I gotta listen to a little older person that was around my age that was putting that type of music out. And at that time, R. Kelly was putting it out because he was, around my age. You feel what I'm saying? So it was easy for me to connect to his shit because he was, around my age for me to articulate his songs, for me to know exactly what he was talking about. I could relate, okay, because we were in adults. But you talking about Aaliyah, you know, rock the boat. The fuck you know about rocking the boat, you know, at that age. That's all I'm saying. And I felt that same way when it was a lot of the other younger artists out here. Like now, you got some new young rappers and R&Bs out here. Like, boy, you 17. Fuck you on the fuck. Now, I'm just saying. So those people like that, Aaliyah kind of fits in that age bracket right there. Like, yeah, oh, okay, well, okay. So I'm not saying that I don't like her. What I'm saying is that I really, really, honestly wasn't a big old Aaliyah a fan. I felt that some of her music, if not most of it, was just a lot of hook. You know what I'm saying? It's like she didn't have enough lyrics. You feel me? You feel me? And there's a lot of ghostwriters out here, and I understand that Mr. Kelly did help and produce one of her songs, "What Age Ain't Nothing But a Number," but a lot of beats and a lot of hooks, repetitive hooks to her song. I think they did rock the boat hook about 2,000 times throughout the whole song. But no shade and no hate on her. I will give her a new album or old album that's just been sitting in the dust area a chance and kind of listen to it. But she's not really one of my biggest fans. And I'll click on Mary J. Blige any day before I kind of will with Aaliyah. However, the video for Rock the Boat Up on the Deck, yeah, that was dope. I'm gonna give that to her. And if I can remember, I believe she was in white. If you guys can remember that, I have to pull my phone up. But I believe she was on Rock the Boat as well, in like all white, like Stepping in the Name of Love video out on the yacht downtown, I believe. And Mr. Kelly was in pretty much all white with his compadres stepping and having a good time on that boat. But I was just asking that about Jerhonda Pace, whether if she was going to be coming back to the stand or not, because I don't know. I'm trying not to get into my feelings about this whole did their blogging on all of the different various of topics out here pertaining to Mr. Kelly. So, but I kind of, went over, like I say, an article that I have here. Some of them was from the New York Times, and the other article here is from, who wrote this one here? The U.S. Okay. So, I want to read over those just for a minute, you guys. I like to do the verbatim reading over here so that, I don't mess things up and then you guys can clearly understand because I'm just reading it verbatim. However, I'm going to pop a different article up of what happened on the stand. I believe it was with Demetrius telling his share of his narration about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly that I have some questions about. But with Jerhonda Pace, I was really hoping to see a little bit more defense on Jerhonda. I am aware that the defense attorneys are limited to what they can cross-examine on. I am aware of that. However, there is strategies to every goddamn game. Every game in the world, or every situation, I guess I should say. It's always a strategy, right? The prosecutors are using one right before all of our eyes and before the court's eyes, and this judge is allowing it to happen, which is what my title says. The only thing that I am hearing passed down through articles and bloggers and the news, the main news media out there, is that are we, the United States, the judicial system, are they trying to convict Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly on what they think is laws? Was it against the law? Is the question of why anybody would think that they are pushing this case like this. Because that's my first defense. Every time I hear and I'm reading something, for instance, was something about the young ladies were in sweatpants. I'm in sweatpants right now. Is that against the law? Is it against the law for anybody who owns their home, who pays the bills in their home to live? When there are invitees, you're inviting yourself into my home. And Ivan, if he is still here, hi Lavelle, sweetheart, in the chat. And I asked Lavelle, up in here, we wear sweatpants on Saturdays. And Ivan has come into my world. He is now dating me. We're hypothetically speaking, you guys, so that this doesn't get thrown out of proportion and made a mockery of or any insinuation, because I will come back at that ass. It's just simple as that. So don't go making up shit and all that stuff. This is just an example with me using Ivan. And Ivan is now wanting to date here, but he came into my world. And, I have a particular way of how I would like things done up in here on a Saturday. We're relaxed. We're chilling. So we can dress down. We're in our sweats and everything. And yes, I'm going to have a hissy fit some days. If some woman comes to the door, they might be trying to sell Avon or this or that, and they got the tits out and everything. A man going to be a man regardless, right? So I'll be like, well, I'll get the dough. You don't get the dough, because you ain't around. You can't, because these women is dirty and her titties out. I get the dough, So I just put a rule on, you can't open that goddamn door. You like when the women come to the door, I'm jealous. I don't want them to see my goddamn man, but that's just how life goes sometimes. Are they the prosecution standing in this courtroom trying to convict Mr. Kelly on things that and I know that is not of a law out here? Are they deliberately trying to make what Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly has chosen to do in his life for his lifestyle against the law? That's the question, because that's all I'm hearing. Oh, well, he made us do this and he made us do that. According to what we all have seen on the Lifetime docuseries, we all have spoken with each other, whether we're commenting or we called each other or whatever. We've seen no police reports. I haven't seen the prosecutor push a police report out on behalf of Jerronda Pace. I have not seen the prosecutor push a video out of Jerronda Pace to prove her story. Only hearsay. Now, here's where I get a little 3% confused about the defense, right? And that's why I asked the chat, will Jerronda Pace be coming back on the stand? And it seems to appear that none of you guys know. Pee Wee said that she wasn't for sure, so she may and she may not. And I've been hearing out here on the YouTube streets that she would probably only be there for a week. So hopefully she will be coming back, because I was looking forward to the defense pushing more or exhibits. Do they have them or do they not? How will they prove that Jerronda Pace is a liar? By saying that she's a liar? So now we have the defense and the prosecutors going back and forth, just saying that these people, one is telling the truth and one is telling a lie. Well, how do you prove that a person is lying? When Jerronda Pace was in the courtroom and the defense prematurely, I guess, I'm gonna say prematurely. Maybe they, like I say, maybe she's coming back and maybe they are gonna have more. But I'm looking at everybody pop all of these audios and videos of contradiction and everything. I don't know if they can use that in the courtroom or not. I'm not there. I don't know. But then I was like, well, okay, well, when are they going to be like, well, we have here, Rhonda Pace, with you saying other words. We have here on this Dr. Oz show that this happened and this happened and this happened. So which way is it? Because in order, in my opinion, to really persuade this juror, the defense don't have time to waste. Like I say, I don't know the timing of how the Judge Donnelly will allow the defense to start popping discredibility on these people. But hopefully, Jerronda Pace is going to be coming back and they will start doing it. They have to debunk these lies. I don't feel like debunking these lies is just by word of mouth, if that makes sense to you guys. I can't stand and do what I do and say, for instance, had a young lady lose her job. And the reason why they terminated her, I have to prove now that that's not true. In order for me to do so, I'm going to have to pop some evidence, some visual stuff, which means that I probably have to write up something to have the cameras pull to see exactly if there was anything in her hand or da-da-da-da. Visual effect is hard proof that you just cannot deny. And I didn't see that. I didn't read about it or any of that. So I don't know. We shall see. You say you don't think that Jerronda is coming back, but the prosecutors is presenting their case. The defense will present once they are finished. Got you. So, like I said, I think it's more of a cross-examination. They're building the story. They're allowing the people to build their story. So I understand that now. So I hope she's coming back. That's all. I probably would have loved to see her on the first go round squirming. Oh, oh my God, because we all know that first impression on people is usually the impression that sticks to people, even out here on the YouTube streets, right? Things that they said that I have said or I've lied about, that's the first thing that they stuck with, or the certain commentary or videos that has been shown, that's the first thing that they want to talk about. So that's that. What up, Forensic? What up, Dip? I see you guys. So Kelly, hello, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and pull the one article up of what the media decided to print on behalf of the Demetrius Smith testimony in the courtroom. So let's check it out, you guys. First, I got to put my double glasses on. Y'all know I can't see. I can see a little bit, but it's getting back. So Priscilla, Boo, hey, everybody. I'm glad that you guys are over here. If you guys don't mind, go ahead and hit the like button. I haven't sat on my live in a minute for this. So just do me the honor and just, hit the like button out there. Hit the like button. I will be dropping the link. Like I say, I'm here to sit for a while till my mom them comes and I'll get them settled. And then I'll be back with part B of this one here. I have not forgotten to continue to talk about the the 404Bs and the 412, the 607, 608, and the 609. I haven't forgotten about that. I also have heard a situation that we have heard that there was an attorney tweeting in the courtroom that didn't sit well with the judge. We've heard that. I'm pretty sure you guys done heard it because it was on Twitter. It was there. I can't understand why that they would remotely jeopardize anything about this case. You don't want to upset the judge. However, I don't see why the judge got her panties in a bunch about it either, because, and I get it, it was her rule, it's her courtroom. This is the way she wants it ran. But I also have to say, if she can take Judge Donnelly, that is, the way that she's putting her rules down in the courtroom, it showed a little similarity of how Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly put his rules down in his home. Can I get a 1 in the chat for amen? You see how easy it is to say what others can't do, but you'll turn around and do that shit yourself. But because no one is tearing down the brand of that judge, it's okay. She has rules, right? Everybody has rules. She's also a part of an enterprise. She has people in her courtroom that has to do what she says. She has the sheriffs working underneath her. They tell you when to all rise in a courtroom. That comes from a judge. That's the laws. They do that. But when the shoe is on the other foot, it's never mind what the fuck I do. It's about that person. Well, you can't crucify someone of the same thing, similarity things that you do. But you know what's crazy about it? It's usually no way around it. It's usually no way around it at all. Not until you are in the hot seat yourself, is when you're mentally realize that, well, damn, I am doing that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I am doing that shit, but she has an enterprise. She has a courtroom enterprise. You got the what is it? The stenographer. Yeah, she's working up underneath her too. So it's crazy, but I'm still watching out for my mom, you guys. So we'll get her in the house, and I know I'll be downstairs, so I have to go. They're building a folding table, and I got to run to Menards and pick out a granite tabletop. So, okay. But I think that they might be here. So I got it ready to show you guys on screen, and we're gonna read that. But let me go give my mom a kiss, a hug, get her situated. Minutes, and then I'll be back down. Is that okay with everybody? I know it's okay with everybody, because at the same time, we're gonna wait until I can get the 48 people that is watching to, let me see, 32 and 6, so that's 38. So I have 6 thumbs down and 32 up. So as soon as we match it on the 49, then I will go ahead and I'm gonna read it regardless. I just take up too much damn time. But let me see. Let me see if there's down. Hold on. And I hate stopping my commentary, but hold on. Oh, my baby. Bobby, is grandma here? Huh? Okay, so I'll be up in a minute. I was looking at it on my Okay, I'm gonna be right back, y'all. Let me go say hi to my mom, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Thank you, everybody. Thanks. Oh, and like I said, she brought some fish, so I guess we gonna be having some fish tonight. I don't know, but let me get through this one. Give me a second. Let me get through. Hold on. Okay, there you guys are. Okay, so take the intermission and you got to go or whatever. Then I really don't. You here or you're not here? Mhm. I'm not the one that's out here like leading no race or getting myself all involved with calling sources and downs. I have to continue on taking care of my family just like the rest of y'all. What up, Shady? You say the government is pissed. They wasn't ready. A liar will always get caught in the one lie. So you could take a horse and water will make it that. You got that right. Okay, so let me see if I can share my screen. Uh, where is it? There we go. Let me open this back up. There we go. Let's get this on the screen. You need me, cry?
It's not quiet.
You need me, mom?
I'll see how you got this set up.
You'll see it when I'm done. I'll put it back. A lot of stuff to shred down here. Wait a minute. I'm always hitting these buttons, y'all. All the time. Let me see. I'm gonna have to pull it up. I still haven't went and got my dual screen. I got to go get another screen, which I might do that today. We'll see. I don't know. At some point, I've been spending too much money. Okay. I guess I could see you guys. Turn my volume down. Okay. Can y'all see the screen? I'm just trying to see if you guys can see the screen. So Harlem, is it okay? Galatians, is the screen okay? Because I think I can see you guys a little bit. I'm on a Zoom, but let me see. Wait for it to come up. Oh my God. And I have that Wi-Fi booster. It's up and running. You say no, you can't see it yet. Okay, there we go. It's just coming in slow. So now we can see it right. Apparently you have here, I guess, the Judge Donnelly. I'm guessing that is Demetrius Smith, kind of a weird picture. And there's Mr. Kelly with his mask on in the courtroom of New York. Okay, so you see it. Okay, so let's go. Let's read this one here. It says here that R. Kelly's former tour manager, Demetrius Smith, yep, that's him. He is pointing out Kelly, asking him to take his mask off during the Kelly sex abuse trial at the Brooklyn Federal District Court in New York of August 2021. So is there on here, he talks about they asked him to testify. He is one of the known tour managers of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. He is testifying the night that R. Kelly learned that Aaliyah was pregnant at the age of 15 years old. So hello, Sheila. The manager said that he had bribed an official for a fake ID so Kelly could marry the teen. And Demetrius Smith tried to plead the fifth, but was ordered to take the stand. He tried to plead the fifth. How are you today, Sheila? Demetrius Smith, R. Kelly's former, let me blow it up so you guys, I hope I can see it if I blow it up just a little bit. Let's see. I think that's as big as I can get it. Nope, there we go, 175, there's 200. Okay, I'm gonna wait so I can see if you guys can see the screen. Okay. So we got that up pretty big, but we got to go back up here so you guys can see it. I'm just waiting to see if you guys can see the screen. That's all. Okay, I can see it now. It's pretty big. So Demetrius Smith, R. Kelly's former tour manager, was ordered to take the stand Friday to tell the jurors about the night the singer learned that he had gotten 15-year-old Aaliyah pregnant. So I guess my first question to this opening sentence right here, that he had said that he was ordered to take the stand on Friday to tell the jurors the night the singer had learned that he had gotten 15-year-old Aaliyah pregnant. And the problem that I had with this as we go through this story, which I found like interesting, right? Because he's going to tell you that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly went to him and said that, hey, you know, we got to go. And apparently Mr. Kelly got a round trip ticket, flew back, or he flew him somewhere, and he wanted him to go and do the fake ID and all of these things because as in Demetrius' word, he was saying that Mr. Kelly goes, oh, well, I think that, you know, something is wrong with Aaliyah, or Aaliyah, we're in trouble, or and sort of speaking those words, right? So I'm thinking like, Aaliyah got pregnant on the first night. You know, as y'all read this, that's kind of what it's going to sound like, you know, that's what kind of what it's going to sound like. So Smith started working with Kelly in the 80s. So when he was performing at talent shows and in a subway station, he tried to assert his Fifth Amendment privilege to not to self-incriminate. But he was granted immunity from prosecution in order on Friday to testify against the singer. So I guess we can all insinuate, I guess, or speculate that Demetrius Smith immunity was for him to not go to jail, right? So we need to do this, or we're going to be charging you with some unlawful things pertaining to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I sure would like to see that write up, because immunities, you know, I believe has to be write up as well, like a contract and a signature, also date, time, and stamped on that piece of paper. But I would love to see these goddamn immunities of what they offered these people, right? But I don't think that anyone will ever get the chance to see that stuff that they seal, huh? Kelly is on trial. Hello, Gaga. Kelsey. Hello, sweetheart. So Kelly is on trial for a long list of alleged crimes, including the charges related to bribing a government official to obtain this fake ID so that he could take Aaliyah as his child bride. Let me ask you guys something. Do you think that, and I'm just allegedly speaking, that if Mr. Kelly, since they are alleging that he had married her, do you think that if this was true, that we wouldn't be hearing all of these allegations and everything? Do you think the world will be upset had he married her the right way, no interruptions, and the parents actually signed off saying, well, you know what, okay. Do you think that he would be in this situation? I ask myself that quite a bit. I know to a lot of us it's not the right thing to do. It's immoral and it's against the law. But I don't know. Is it against the law if the parent consent to it at that age? I don't know. Thank you for those beautiful hearts. Thank you. So I don't know. For the ID, so Kelly could marry Aaliyah and avoid prosecution for having sex with a minor. So Kelly denies any wrongdoing. So if Kelly is still denying any wrongdoing on this alleged marriage to Aaliyah, right? How do you guys think that the defense is going to hit this? Will they be able to prove that the document, the marriage certificate is just not real? What part of the wrongdoing will the defense hit on him on this situation? And it's just really, I want to know. Because are they going to hit the part that the marriage certificate is not real? Are they going to hit the part where will Aaliyah parent her mother and her brother, I guess, be in the courtroom saying that this did not happen? You know, what would be the outcome of this? How will they defend Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly when he is telling them that he has done no wrongdoing? So I want to know. I seriously want to know. I want to know their defense for this one here, you know, and I can't wait to see this one play out. And I yeah, I want to see this one play out because this has come up already once about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly back in 2002 about this Aaliyah thing, you know, and it's just makes me sick that it is still coming out. And here we are still again looking at the same allegations about him once the parent, her mother, came out and said that it's not true, that it was a null. How far do you guys think that they would push this annulment? How do you show your defense for what exactly is annulment in the court of law? I want to know that. Throughout his time on the stand, Smith pushed back at the prosecution questioning. He said he didn't want to be there and that he was uncomfortable talking about Aaliyah without her parents there. So I guess Demetrius Smith is not aware that there might be a possibility of her parents being there. So is that what made him feel uncomfortable? That her parents just may show up and say that, no, Demetrius, you are lying. My daughter never married Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Is that what got him uncomfortable? Is that why he's feeling uncomfortable? I don't know. I feel like I am on trial for Aaliyah. Shit, he said at one point. Judge Ann Donnelly insisted that he answers that question, and Smith shared details about the illegal relationship between young Aaliyah and Kelly. It is illegal for an adult to have sex with a 15-year-old in Michigan and in Illinois. Smith said that he and Kelly met Aaliyah through her uncle, Barry Hankerson, who was also Kelly's manager. Now, I'm going to just stop for a second right there because I believe that there was allegations out there about Demetrius Smith some time ago. I'm not sure who channel that it came from, with them saying that Demetrius Smith allegedly was messing around with someone that was underage as well. I'm trying to think if it was one of the girls from the 2002 trial. Which one was it that got off the bus? I got to go do my paperwork and stuff, but I forget which one got off the bus. And he took her there as well. So there'll be some allegations about that. Let's just hope that the defense may be able to find that stuff too. And it'll really be uncomfortable if that pops up in the court of law, if there are some facts to that allegations about Demetrius Smith. So I don't know. Yes, I'm not an attorney or none of that stuff. So I'm just only here speculating and opinionating on a lot of the articles that was put out and a lot of the media that went live based off of what they had heard from listening to the court from day 1, day 2, and day 3, and we'll resume on day 4 coming Monday. Smith first told the court Friday that Kelly time with Aalyaih, including when Kelly asked to be alone with her, was all about her music. But then the prosecution pressed him on the issue, showing him his prior grand jury testimony. Eventually, Smith admitted that he had confronted Kelly at least once about his relationship with Aalyaih after feeling they were too playful. He recalled at one point asking Kelly if he was messing around with her. Smith said that he believed Kelly when he denied that was the case. But then one night in the middle of a performance in Orlando in August of 1994, I have to, like I say, I don't know a lot about his concerts and who was there and what people was in charge and, who was security or managers and sound productions and all of that stuff. So I don't know that, but here it says here that this was one night in the middle of the performance in Orlando in August of 1994. And I asked the chat, will there be any evidence to back up this story right here? Because he's given a lot of details that can be questionable with visual evidence. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we have to go back to Orlando, August 1994. And you best to believe that somebody has a recording or a video of this particular performance that went down. So the question is, will we see Demetrius anywhere around on the cameras or Aalyaih anywhere around on the cameras or, doing anything? To me, this is what the prosecution needs to help prove their case. And without them having a lot of more evidence, elaborating with just the hearsay of these people, I don't think that their case will be sufficient enough to persuade the juror to get a verdict on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly of guilty. That's just me, because the questions that I am asking, I'm pretty sure, and I feel hopeful that the jury is going to want to know a lot of these, have these particular questions as well. How can you juror without having all of your evidence to elaborate, to show that what you're saying is factual? So I don't see it. So he said that Kelly made him immediately arrange for travel back to his home in Chicago. So this is a performance in Orlando in August of 1994. They do not give a specific date. So, and I think that we need a specific date. What date did he perform in Orlando? We know August, we know 1994, but what actual date was it on, Aaliyah's in trouble, man. We need to get home. This is what he's saying, that R. Kelly is telling him, that Aaliyah's in trouble. We need to get home. This was a performance in Orlando in August of 1994. Smith testified that Kelly told him that night. So somewhere of August, between the 1st and the, 30th of August, Mr. Kelly told Demetrius that Aaliyah's in trouble on one specific date of August, of the month of August. That's what Smith says, right? Here that shows you a picture of what's going of the look how the artist drew the marriage certificate. It's cheesy. No. So this is the Cook County clerk, Carolyn Harris. She testified about the 1994 marriage and Aaliyah during Kelly's sex abuse trial at Brooklyn's Federal District Court as well on August 20th. And the sketcher of this one was Jan Rosenberg, bribery in marriage. So I do want you guys, just for knowledge, just for us to make sense of Demetrius Smith and his allegations about the reason why Mr. Kelly would come to him and say that Aaliyah's in trouble, man, on the night of his performance, Mr. Kelly's performance in Orlando on August of 1994. Smith testified that Kelly told him that night. That's what he told him that night, okay? Keep that one in mind. Smith testifies at first that Kelly didn't share any details about what was wrong with Aaliyah, but ordered him to book a round-trip flight. Smith testifies that Kelly did not share any details about what was wrong with Aaliyah, but he ordered him to book a round-trip flight that night, okay? Apparently, according to Demetrius Smith, he has stated on record that Mr. Kelly told him that something was wrong with Aaliyah that night. Smith said that he wanted to call Hankerson to see what was going on with Aaliyah, but was told not to. So let me just keep going. Let me keep going. After the show, Kelly and Smith and other employees, they boarded a plane to Chicago, and the singer cried a lot, admitting to Smith that Aaliyah was pregnant. So I guess my question to the chat room, because to my understanding, I'm going to guess, this is just me guessing, when Smith tells the court that he was ordered him to book a round trip flight. Was he ordered to do this trip with just Aaliyah and him alone? Was Mr. Kelly on this plane as well, headed to Chicago? He said it, Kelly, Smith, and others. So Mr. Kelly, as he stated, boarded this plane with Aaliyah, him, and other employees. Okay, said that she cried a lot. So now that we know that Mr. Kelly as well is on this flight to Chicago, you're gonna sit here and tell me that Aaliyah, what did she do? Ease off, sat next to Demetrius Smith. She's out of eyesight of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly and other employees, just to tell him that she is pregnant. That doesn't make sense to me. I cannot see that happening that way, but who am I? That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. You mean to tell me that she was crying a lot on this flight to Chicago with Kelly on there and other employees, and she went to Demetrius Smith to whisper in his ear that she was pregnant? Okay. He says that was a shock, Smith told in court. Okay. I can go on with that, but I'm going to keep going. something makes me want to go on with it. No, but okay. So Demetrius Smith and the other employees on this plane, they didn't get up and go to address Mr. Kelly about this at all. They just flew right back on to Chicago, huh? Kelly told Smith that his other manager, Daryl McDavid, was making arrangements for the singer to marry the teenager to protect himself and to protect Aaliyah. Smith testifies. So now you have Aaliyah alleged, according to Demetrius Smith and a lot of other people claiming that Aaliyah was 15 years old. That's what this article says, right? That's what it says. And he is on this plane with employees and Demetrius Smith and Aaliyah, allegedly, according to this article. And Kelly told Daryl McDavid to make these arrangements for the singer to marry the teenager to protect himself and to protect Aaliyah. With everybody out here saying that 15 is not of legal age to marry in the state of Illinois, right? And I am confident that Mr. Kelly is aware that you just couldn't marry a 15-year-old because it's not legal in the state of Illinois. I believe in another article with Demetrius Smith, he also said that he did it upon himself with Mr. Kelly not knowing of him obtaining these licenses, this fake ID. I believe he said that. I have to quote, unquote, and that's just my opinion, allegedly, but I believe I read it. That he did it without Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly knowing of getting the fake ID. He went to go and pay the $500 or so to a female clerk. But here you come and you say, well, the media, this journalist who wrote this article, and I'm guessing quoting and unquoting Demetrius Smith testimony in the court of law in New York, where you said that Daryl McDavid was making the arrangements for the singer to marry the teenager. But if Daryl McDavid was making these arrangements, then why would you, Demetrius Smith, tell everybody that you went and got the ID? So is Demetrius Smith saying that he didn't make the arrangements? That he says here that Daryl McDavid was making the arrangements. I thought that's what he said too, Shady. I could have sworn I read it and heard him say that numerous times because I replayed it from the Nick at Night show. I heard him say that it was his doings. Well, if it was your doings, then why in the hell are we looking at Daryl McDavid on here making the arrangements for the singer? Make it make sense. He says to protect himself and to protect Aaliyah. How is it that he was going to be able to protect Aaliyah with the world knowing that 15 was an illegal age to marry? That just does not make sense to me. So you wasn't protecting anybody, not at all. The world would have seen had Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly went forth to marry Mr. Robert Sylvester, had Aaliyah and Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly got married at the 15 years of age, which was illegal. The world would have really known that. And I think that more shit would have hit Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly way faster than these people Demetrius Smith and allegedly Daryl McDavid coming out with these allegations about this marriage. I think that the world would have been in an uproar. Oh, this world would have been upside down. This narration of this marriage thing would have been so big out here back when it allegedly had happened in 1994. People would have figured it all out. People would have done that. Yeah, they would. But when asked what Kelly would be protecting against himself, Smith responded, shit, jail, I guess. How was he going to protect himself if he had married her? Demetrius Smith. If he had married her, how was he going to protect himself anyway from jail in 1994? According to all of these allegations out here, it was illegal, right? So if he had done this marriage thing in 1994, he would have went to jail anyway without the parents' consent, or maybe with the parents' consent. It would have been a big uproar out here. You would have seen articles about, oh my God, Aaliyah parents consented to R. Kelly marrying Aaliyah. And it would have got blown out of proportion back then. It would have got blown out here really, really big. But it didn't. Swear. She was too young. He was confused. She was too young. Okay. But then Kelly started asking Smith whose side he was on. So he throws that in there to show the juror how he felt threatened or controlled, is what he did. He started asking me, whose side are you on? Apparently nobody's side to me, just because according to you, you needed money and had to start stealing from him, and you thought it was okay because you had to feed your family. And the tour manager started to feel like he was being pushed out of the singer's life. So I had to ask the chat room, since he felt like he was being pushed out of the singer's life, that just shows me that he felt threatened of losing partnership or internship or friendship with Mr. Robinson Kelly because a singer came aboard. Mr. Kelly wasn't showing him much of interest, probably. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have much more for him to do. He was busy trying to produce for an artist. So that's what it seems like me. It seems like that Demetrius assumed that like he was in some type of, he needed to be in a tug of war. It's either her or it's me. Because he put his feelings into this one by saying that I feel like he was pushing me out of the singer's life. Or, okay, he said the singer's life. Or, well, I don't know which singer he was talking about, because R. Kelly sings and Aaliyah sings. So if he was saying that he was pushing him out of Aaliyah's life, well, how close was him and Aaliyah? Who was he really there to protect, or who was he really there for or with? Who was he with? To me, it seems like, well, hell, maybe allegedly Barry Hankerson put Aaliyah, aligned Aaliyah to R. Kelly. I meant to Demetrius. That's what it seems like to me. Maybe Barry Hankerson said, well, hell, you go and produce it. I don't know. I'm just saying. So what singer's life would he feel that he was getting pushed out of? Okay. To avoid losing his place in Kelly's inner circle, Smith told the singer he didn't want to lose his place in the inner circle because he had to eat, he had to make money. So Smith told the singer McDavid and Aaliyah that he knew how to get the teenager a fake ID. So you're going to sit here and your testimony to this court is that you felt that that a singer could be Kelly or Aaliyah, that you were getting pushed out of their lives. You did not want to lose your place in the inner circle. But then you come back and say that you and McDavid, the Smiths told the singer, McDavid and Aaliyah, this is what you two, and I'm not trying to throw Aaliyah under no bus or bashing or anything, you guys, but for Smith to sit here to tell the courts that the singer, McDavid and Aaliyah, that he knew how. He told these two people, he told the singer, so I guess that would be Mr. Kelly. Then you said you told McDavid, and then now you told Aaliyah, hey, I know how to get the teenager a fake ID that made her look old enough to legally marry the singer. You tell the courtroom that Aaliyah was confused and young. You said it right here. She was too young. He was confused. That's what you said, that she was too young. So I'm going to assume that when you suggested to the singer, McDavid and Aaliyah, were they too young? Were they confused about what you're doing? Because first it was McDavid making the arrangements for the singer to marry. But then you come back and say you did not want to lose your place in the inner circle. So you told the singer, McDavid and Aaliyah, well, why would you have to tell McDavid again? McDavid, according to you, made the damn arrangements. I'm just saying. So something isn't right, Demetrius Smith, about this here, that he knew how to get the teenager a fake ID that made her look old enough to legally marry the singer. So what was McDavid arrangements, Demetrius Smith? It's a good question to ask him. What arrangements was it, according to him, that Durham McDavid was going to make or had made for Aaliyah and Mr. Kelly? And here you said for the singer to get married. Mm, mm, mm. She looked it old enough to legally marry the singer. Now she looks old enough to marry the singer, but she is not confused. She is not too young, Demetrius Smith, to call her mother to say, hey, Mr. Kelly is, and Durham McDavid is coming up with a way for me to marry Mr. Kelly. I can't see how, if Aaliyah is so close to her mother and so close to her brother, and then her mother is stating that she was around Aaliyah 24/7. Couldn't help to notice that you didn't include her name in here with going to this, what is it? Where did you go? Orlando back in 1994 performance. Her mother wasn't there. Because her mother said that she was there, y'all damn near 7. That's what her mother said. I heard her say that. But Aaliyah being too young and confused did not feel that getting married at a young age would not be the right thing to do. He then went to the local welfare office and offered a woman $500 to make her an ID. The group then went to a nearby FedEx. So, for the record, FedEx do keep all copies. 94, I don't know. Maybe they don't have anything because systems and computers all have been upgraded and things do change back then, but similar shipping store. So now he don't know if it was a FedEx or a similar shipping store. So he doesn't know. He can't remember that part. Was it this one or was it that? You're gonna need the actual a factual detail since you put it out here. Was it the FedEx or was it the shipping store, a similar one? Hmm. And had associated make the team a fake employment ID as a backup before Kelly and Aaliyah went to the Cook County Clerk's office to apply for a marriage license. The clerk accepted the ID and the group went back to the hotel suite where a minister, who was the minister, Demetrius Smith. Why didn't you call out the minister's name? Performed a ceremony to marry them. That's what Smith said.
You said 30 minutes.
I'm coming, Mom.
No Clyde waiting on you.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm just gonna do this when I'm almost done. It says here, a marriage license shown to the jury Friday indicated that they were on August the 31st. So her age listed as 18, 3 years ago, older than her actual age. So and then it says here, Aaliyah's underage marriage to him was annulled in February 1995 by her parents. I thought that they said that it was I guess that's 6 months, August, September, October, November, January, February, March. Yeah, 5 months, a little bit shy of five going into 6 months. But she died 6 years later at 22 in a plane crash up in Bahamas. Now, I do have another article. I'm gonna have to do a part B, you guys. I got to run out and get the stuff that I need for the laundry room, and I apologize, but I'll be back on because I want to play you this audio where this lady comes on and she tells her story about Aaliyah being given some type of pill before she boarded that plane. But that's a whole nother thing. And you guys probably heard it, but I think that I want to play it. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Court went into recess for the weekend at 5:30 p.m. The prosecution plans to continue questioning Smith this coming Monday morning, you guys. So Kelly trial is expected to last for 4 weeks. How many of y'all think that it's going to go past the 4 weeks? I think it's going to go past 4 weeks. I do. I think it's going to go past the 4 weeks, but there's a lot, you guys. There's a lot up in there. There's a lot. There's a lot. So we all know that they're going to say and do any and everything. Any and everything. You say I'm going to get my mama going to whoop me? Nah, she's not going to whoop me. I'm too old for the whoopers. No, I'm not. She's good. She's good. She's missing me. She's not going to whoop me. She's missing me. Mm-mm. They just drove all the way from Chicago. So yeah, hold on though. Let me see if I can get it out. Okay, so I think it's sent that soon. What the hell is it? Where is it? So I got two of them actually before I go. It's Shady talking about somebody gonna get a whooping. Bye, Lisa. You say they're going to lock Demetrius up and he's just admitted getting a fake ID. He's part of the man crime. But how are they going to lock him up, Lisa, if they give him immunity? How is that going to happen? How is going to happen? Because what they are doing now is allowing them to lie on stage. They call, the prosecution is calling themselves right now, bringing their circumstantial evidence and planning on making it stick with giving these people immunity. How can they lock, who's gonna lock them up? Who's gonna press the charges against him? What are they gonna do? What, the defense? What are they gonna do? Wait until the trial is over and file charges against him? What are they gonna do? He's already been bought off. He's good to go. He can say whatever he want to say on that stand to make himself look good or feel what the prosecution wants him to do. So I'm asking the chat room, what is it that they're going to do to him? Because Lisa just says that they are going to lock him up. How? That's all I want to know is how. The only thing that can be done right now is for the defense to come out and prove their case that these people are lying. But as far as turning on and off the water to say, well, we're going to prosecute you now, Demetrius, how? You want the prosecutors who offered him immunity to come on stand and walk away to now prosecute him. That ain't gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen. They offered him immunity. It ain't gonna happen. But let me get this one up right here, y'all. So hold on a second. Hold up. Wait a minute. Get this one off. This one off. This one. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Because I got something else. Let me show y'all this one here.
Good evening, I'm Yuri Tawalde, and this is Making the Case. It was
Can I get a
day 3
disclaimer,
in
please?
the R. Kelly trial today, where the jury heard more about Kelly's marriage to R&B singer Aaliyah, who was just 15 at the time. Kelly was 27. Here to discuss today's events in court, BNC's legal contributor and veteran prosecutor Paul Henderson, and criminal defense attorney and vice president of the Atlanta NAACP, Gerald Griggs, who also represents the family of one of R. Kelly's alleged victims, Jocelyn Savage. Thanks to you both for being here with me on a Friday night.
Thank you.
Happy to be here.
All right, Gerald, to you first. The Savage family says that R. Kelly held Jocelyn against her will. Could you explain when Jocelyn met Kelly and how they say he victimized her?
Well, they met R. Kelly after one of his associates came into boutique they ran in Atlanta and inquired about Joycelyn Savage's singing ability and wanted to introduce her to a producer. Flew her out to a concert where she subsequently met R. Kelly. He slipped her his number. They began to communicate
Does
unbeknownst
anybody
to the
know
family,
the
and thus he
name of the
secreted.
associate? Because that's the only way that they address this person. The associate. Who is the associate, you guys? Put the name in the chat if you know.
Her away from her school, and she's been gone ever since. So that's how she came in contact with Mr. Kelly, and that's what the family has been trying to remove her from. And that's how we got in this whole situation where you see Mr. Kelly ultimately facing these charges because of the work of the Savage family and bringing this to justice.
Gerald, talk to me about how Kelly's alleged conduct towards Joycelyn forms part of the current case against him.
Well, currently there are no charges against Joycelyn Savage, but Miss Savage, Jocelyn Savage, in an attempt to get her daughter, reconnect with her daughter, ultimately came into contact with many of the other accusers as she was trying to find a vehicle to get her daughter back. And that's how this investigation with the BuzzFeed article and all of the subsequent other media outlets, as well as the investigations from local, state, and federal agencies began in this case.
All right, Paul, let me bring you in. But before I talk about today's testimony, I see here that R. Kelly judge in an article, R. Kelly judge reportedly snaps at defense lawyer for tweeting in court and says, "Didn't I tell you?" Your thoughts about that exchange?
Okay, so I saw that and I was really excited to see that because that's some deep insights about what's going on in this courtroom because so much has been closed off from this judge and she is not playing around with this defense team. One of the interesting things, especially about this interaction with that comment from the judge to that attorney, is this is one of the only lawyers that's left on the team from the previous team when he switched lawyers from back in July. And the judge could not have been more clear to all of the attorneys about there being no communication to the press. Now, what the attorney said was that they didn't realize that this was a violation, that he was just tweeting things. And so two things. One, are you like an idiot? Of course, that's speaking to the press because you were tweeting it about your present sense impressions of what's going on in the trial. But more importantly, the comments themselves about what the lawyer was talking about, saying that the defense is more likely to have a stronger case because of the prosecution case, I thought really revealed how defense is structuring their attack on what prosecutors are introducing in the case. What they were referencing in the tweet. Yeah.
Paul, let me read the actual tweet, and I believe the attorney's name is Thomas A. Farinella, correct? Yes. Tweeted, and this is in response, this is what the judge was responding to. He tweeted, "After all, the RICO enterprise is based on a series of independent relationships and events that the government is trying to patch together like different types of fabrics and trying to pass it off as silk." Okay, now go.
Okay, so what's exciting about that is that's the defense attorney trying to foreshadow and indicate where he thinks the weakest presentation from the prosecution is, which are the RICO charges, and articulating and trying to diminish the evidence that's coming in from the prosecution about all of these supposedly unrelated things that build R. Kelly up as the mastermind behind all of the illegal behavior that was taking place since 1999. That's a long time. We're talking about decades here. And so obviously this is an indication to me at least that one of their principal arguments is going to be that all of these incidents as they were happening were unrelated, that they were not masterminded by R. Kelly. And it also means that they're going to be attacking all of the alleged victims that will be testifying as independent actors to try and undermine and say that they were not directed by R. Kelly, that they were just fans and they weren't victims. But I think that's going to be an uphill battle and a very difficult argument to make, but a fascinating insight into what defense is thinking just from that one tweet alone. And this is part of the reason why I think the judge was so furious about the lawyer doing this. It challenges the rules that she had in the courtroom, but at least it offered us an insight as to what direction the defense is going in trying to undermine this case and how they'll attack prosecution's evidence.
All right, Gerald, I asked this question to a guest that we had on last night, and I wanted to get your take. How do you think race and gender plays a
I
part?
wanted to just show you guys what Gerald Griggs' take was on, on this one here. So, but I got to get to Menards, y'all. I got to help finish getting this laundry room together. We're going to do a part B. I will be back later on tonight with my wine, sitting here chilling with you guys with no interruptions. So just for the part A, there's still more to talk about. There's still more for me to read and for us to just go over and put our own opinions to the situation that's going on up in New York based on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly and the United States alleged surviving R. Kelly accusers, and all that good stuff. But I'm going to have to go, and I will see you guys soon, okay? Don't forget, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Oh, Lord, I got a hot girl in here, y'all. Hot girl and boys video chat webcam. Okay, we gonna go on and just remove you. There you go. We're not interested. Hashtag not interested. Nope, nope, nope. So, let me get that off. Let me get that off. Let me get that off. Let me get that out of here. I'm having, and I swear, y'all, I just got it popped up too. Ain't that crazy? Like, literally just popped up like on a message. So I ain't worried about nobody freaking trying to spam over here. Ain't nothing to spam. Nope, not at all. Thank you guys for watching, but I got to get my butt up out of here. So y'all have a good day. Did y'all see it try to spam? Some crap in here about some hot girls. Hot on out of here. Nobody trying to hear that hot stuff. So, but with that being said, I will meet you guys back here tonight. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for sitting over here. We got more opinions and speculations about this case coming up. So see y'all tonight. Bye. I didn't see you. I don't know who that was, Galatians. I didn't see you, Beauty. I saw Harlem. I seen everybody. You know I ain't see you.
You think I'm gonna drive 100-some miles?
I didn't see you. But let me get on up out of here, y'all.
Right,
Bye.